Hello YouTube, we are Critical Failure, and today we're going to continue our discussion about the Blood Hunter.
I'm Brandon Wynn.
I'm Edward Burns. What are we going to talk about now, Fung?
I'm assuming we're going to be talking about Grim Psychometry, Dark Velocity, and...
Heart and Soul.
I was going to say the Sanguine one, but yes.
Do you know what Grim Psychometry does?
Grim Psychometry. Now, it's one of two things. One, I can't remember. Two, it is where the Blood Hunter can meditate, I say meditate, on a object for 10 minutes, and depending on the wisdom check that you make on it, the DM tells you whether or not something has happened around this specific object that you meditated on for 10 minutes that had evil things happen to or around it.
Mm-hmm. Now, or if it has like a sinister purpose. Once you use it, though, you can only use it once for like a short or long rest, I believe. Yeah, it's a short rest.
I remember in our campaign with Kyla and Bois and Roland, I used it to actually figure out what happened to that cottage at,
That was just like
yeah,
ransacked.
it was just completely ransacked. Thank you. I was looking for the word terrorized. But, and I just recently got this, if I'm correct. Or I had it for a while and never used it, and I finally
you had it
checked
for
something
a
out.
while because in my campaign, all of you start off at 10th level anyways.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I
Yeah.
thought you were like level 8.
No, you start off at 10th level, and then you guys end at like level 17.
It was a very fun campaign, except for dying to a Tarask and getting my ass beat by Zakram.
You guys wanted to fight the Tarask.
I did not want to fight a black dragon who was a fighter. That killed me in 2 hits. Well, knocked me
It wasn't
unconscious
a
in 2
black
hits.
dragon that was a fighter. It was just a black dragonborn who was a monk.
Even worse.
But getting back on track, the next one is Dark Velocity.
Dark Velocity. That is where you get 10 added movement to your character when you're in dim or no light, if I'm correct.
Yeah, dim light or darkness. Or
And I blank on the rest of it for some reason.
you gain dark vision to 30 feet, or if you already
yeah.
have it, you gain an extra 30 feet. And
Imagine being a drow and having that, so it's like you already have 120 feet dark vision, if I'm correct.
150 dark feet.
So dark feet. Wow. Dark vision and dark vision. But yeah, like I didn't pick up on that for some reason. I feel like that's new. I'm not sure.
No, it's been there for a while. I can't recall if the added bonus of an additional 30
That's
feet,
what I was meaning. If you already had it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, because at the time I remember sticking to 120 feet.
A lot of the classes, until like recently, if you got dark vision from a class feature, it didn't stack. But now, it seems like
It's stacking now.
Yeah, they changed their viewpoint on that and they allow it to stack because it kind of makes that class feature pointless if you can't gain the dark vision. Also, opportunity of attacks have disadvantage against you while you're in dim light or darkness.
That's really useful.
Yeah. Overall, though, I kind of don't really like this ability because it's really dependent on,
being in darkness and stuff like that.
That's just my viewpoint.
It didn't help me when I was hiding from Roland in a field of wheat or something like that.
You were in like grass or something.
And he shot me with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And I almost died.
You did poison a child, and he ran away.
Kylan Ball's not a smart person, neither was me.
The next ability you get at like 14th level, you no longer become frightened.
Which is very useful when you're fighting a black dragon.
And you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. And in my campaign, you guys never really came up against anything that ever like made you charmed before.
Which is funny because talking about charmed, if I'm correct, half-elves are resistant to it.
They gain advantage on their saves against it, and they can't
that's
be
what I would
put to
call
sleep.
That's what I would call being resistant, anyways. So yeah, they would get advantage against it. And remember when Wesley said he was immune to it?
Yeah.
And I thought he was correct because it was half-elf and I knew what elves were. And for some reason, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if half-elves gain the ability. I think they do, but I'm not 100% sure if they gain
Which
that feature.
ability? The charm one?
Yeah, the charm and magic can't put you to sleep.
I'll look it up. It's really not that hard. We can look it up.
Yeah. At 20th level, do you want to take care of this one?
Did we even do Heart and Soul? Yeah,
we just did
Okay,
Heart
sorry.
and Soul.
That's called Heart and Soul. Sanguine Mastery, that's what it was. I remember what it was, and that's where you could, if I'm correct, it nullified all the Crimson Right damage against yourself when you activate it.
Yeah, previously, when you activate your Crimson Right, when you had this ability, you took 0 damage from it. And once you reach like 1/4 of your hit points, your Crimson Right damage was maximized.
Okay.
I think that's all that it was originally. And now it's... You still do maximized damage when you're like 1/4 or below your max health. And they changed it. You still take damage from your Crimson Right when you activate it. And on a critical hit, you regain uses of your blood curses now.
Is that it?
Yeah. That's all of the feature right there.
I much prefer how it was.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
I don't really like the fact that you're still taking damage from your Crimson Right. You just continue to take
I guess this is more homebrew for us, but talking about Sanguine Mastery, I mean, we could always make it how it was, added it to this 2.1 PDF to where we just add it back to where it used to be, to where we get the...
I wouldn't mind like changing it back to where you just roll your Crimson Right damage against yourself. That would be fine.
I would like that, because rolling it was far better in my opinion than just max damaging it and then switching to, you know, your character level.
Yeah, character level, like...
Into which I guess, excuse me, you could argue multi-classing, you know? It's like, well, you can only go but so far. It's like, yeah, for those who are like me, who don't multi-class in general, just really...
Yeah, you can, like, go Blood Hunter and then multi-class into something else and do even extra damage. Like, there's playtest material for a fighter archetype called the Brute, and you basically constantly scale up an extra damage dice for whenever you hit something. So
with your fists?
It doesn't need to be your fists, it can be weapons and stuff. So it starts off as a D4 and ends at a D20. I mean, not D20, my bad. It ends at a D10.
That would be terrifying. You just hit someone with a tree at D20 damage.
And I think one of the features of that, at like 6th level, I could be wrong, you get a roll of D6 to add to your saving throws. And
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's a playtest material. It hasn't been released in an official book or anything yet.
Where'd you hear of this?
Oh, I downloaded the PDF. You know, D&D releases a bunch of playtest material.
I honestly never heard of this, so I don't really keep up to it like you do. You actually bought 2 of the books, for God's sakes. I haven't been able to because, you know, I'm broke. But, yeah. For a more homebrew aspect on this, I would say that, you know, we should, for us, because of how we play, I would much prefer staying back to the older roots of the original, you know, base class of this. You know, just like rolling with your Crimson Right damage against yourself, and then Rite of the Ruin, the force damage, Crimson Asteric Right or whatever it is.
For me, like, if I want to, like, homebrew this class, like, I know one of the archetypes is profane, so you get spellcasting and stuff, but if you're doing blood magic, I think you should already be able to cast spells because you're already doing magic. So I really do like the Warlock feature. I feel like that would fit nicely, but I think it should have been, the Blood Hunter should have been like a half caster with the Warlock casting tree.
Isn't he a quarter caster in this one? Or something like that?
Yeah, like I think it's like a 1/3. Because like if you don't have half casting and you get casting abilities as an archetype, it's a 1/3.
But a third's a lot more than a half. Right?
No, it's not.
No, it isn't. Sorry. I immediately did wrong. I was thinking 2/3, not a half.
He had a critical failure.
Yes, I did. I was thinking 2/3 for some reason.
But yeah, because I did that before. I actually added spellcasting.
I know where I was wrong. It wasn't I was thinking 2/3. I was thinking of this situation to where it's a quarter versus a third, not a half versus a third. I was wrong. I'm just stupid in general.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about, like base Blood Hunter, any more like homebrew content?
Not as of right now.
Alright, I think that's it for this video.
Alright. Catch you next time. We'll be talking about archetypes.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe.